Hey guys, and welcome back to Sandustry Episode 8. Last time we had some huge water issues, and only because of me refusing to duplicate water with the rocket launcher or the cryo cannon, we ran into some big problems, such as our flower burners getting completely stuck. And to prevent this from happening again, we built 2 new ones. We ended up messing around for so long that we actually got rid of every single pixel that we mined from the map. So the only thing left to do was to rip apart all the temporary stuff that we built underground and make space to build part 3 of our factory. This is where we start off today, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright guys, today is the big day. We are gonna start to build part 3 of our factory. I'm not sure yet if we gonna finish it today, but I really gonna try. After editing last episode, I've seen a mistake. I connected these 2 pipes, which we probably shouldn't do. Shouldn't have made a difference last episode, but yeah, it's better to separate them. So I would say we are connecting this down here just to the left, and this should be connected, yeah. And like that, it should work again. Also, yeah, we just started to put more in here, which I believe will need a while to get through. Yeah, right here we can see there's not yet so many petals coming through, which is why we are not really producing even one line of sand down here. But this will change because the ratios we have right now allow 1 pixel sand in the end to get converted into 2 sand again. It goes through the whole factory. Down here it's gonna be 2 waste, and yeah, 2 waste is 2 sand, so 1 sand is gonna be 2 sand. Also, there's wet spore down here. I don't really know why. And well, quickly put it away somewhere around here, yes. Why is this filling up now? Is this overflowing? Well, it's getting more and more. How is this happening? I mean, it's going down, so these are connected. Now this is filling up. This is 1 vent and 3 pumps can't keep up. What am I missing? It's connected to this down here, this pipe. There's like, yeah, 15 vents. Okay, so let's quickly check. Yeah, we have 9 pumps. We have 9 pumps down here. And I believe, do we have, no, this should be all. Yeah, these 5. So technically we have 9 plus 5 is 14. Quick math. So we should have more vents than pumps. I mean, just to make sure, I guess. We put in some more, but I don't understand why this can't keep up. Well, let's try it again like this. Yeah, and again, this is filling up. Or is it? I mean, it's kind of, yeah, no, over time, yeah, this is now filling up too. So what is the problem? These are connected with pipes. Yeah, these are all connected. So why is that? Maybe we need more pipes. Do pipes have a limit? A flow limit? For now, I'm just gonna spam some more pipes down here, I guess. I don't really like the look of it, but I would say just to test. So this is 2 now, and it goes into 1. Yeah, I mean, it is connected definitely because they are pumping stuff out. So let's try again. Put the vents back in. And yeah, it's filling up again. Quickly check before it's overflowing. I mean, it should be working. I really don't get it. I really don't. Also, I mean, yeah, okay, just to make sure, I think we could try to make 2 pipes. Let's pull them all the way to here, to the left side, go up and connect it with these pumps also, just to make sure. All of this again. Now we have technically 2 pipes. Let's see if that changes anything. Pull them back in here. Yeah, I don't know. This is too much for my brain. Trying to think of more stuff that could cause this. But for now, I don't really see a reason why this is happening. It literally makes no sense to me. So I'm kind of thinking one solution would be to just kind of put importers into here to avoid them overflowing. I don't really like the idea of putting portals into here. I do want to avoid using portals as much as I can, but I don't know, there might be no other solution to this. I mean, I could also, I could try another thing, which is putting pumps like at this row. Now carefully connect them. Yeah, this is gonna look kind of ugly. I don't like this, but yeah, I guess we are gonna do some testing because I really don't like these portals here. And maybe what we want to do is, I don't really know what I want to do. Maybe this is too far away or anything. Man, I really would love to know how this is programmed. I really would like to know the reason why this is not working. But anyways, my idea was to put like a second vent. Doesn't really matter where. I guess we could do it down here, maybe right below. Yeah, actually, let's try it directly below. And then we don't want to connect these pipes. So these are separated now, and we want to keep them separated. So maybe just connect these. So this won't pump water out, which is kind of bad, I guess. I mean, as long as there is like ash coming through, water's getting used up, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem. But it ran like dry, and that might have been the issue. But still, like the amount that comes out of one vent can't get soaked up by 3 pumps? Just doesn't make sense to me. So put these back in. I mean, what do I even expect to change now? This is kind of nonsense I built here because the water is just getting looped. So if there's no ash in here, it is pretty much useless, I would say. But what else could we change? Okay, so this is empty now. Now we can see it's starting to rise. Now the question is gonna be, does it rise even more? Let's get rid of the portals. Well, okay, I guess once they all filled up, now the water's getting more and more, even faster now. So we will need our importers just for a second. So this pipe from these vents, it's coming from here. Okay, let me up, please. It's this pipe. Do we really have to reduce these pumps down here? I'm not really sure if this is the reason. Well, and now nothing changed and it did go down again. And now it's filling up again. Wait a second. If I move away, is this like a render issue or something? Because when I just was there and the water was far more down. Like the pools were nearly empty. So let's wait a bit. I mean, there's a lot of water coming down here. Right now. No, it's still full. Okay, so this is not the issue. But I still really don't understand. I really don't understand what's happening. So this looks really ugly. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I guess I'm gonna keep it like this for now because I just don't see any solution. So, if you experienced something like this before, feel very much welcome to leave a comment or try to explain to me like what could cause this or what's the issue here. Because yeah, I'm repeating myself. It's I really can't think of anything that is causing this. So this is working for now, so I'm gonna leave it like this. What I did want to do is, yeah, now that we dealt with this problem, we spent some time that there actually got sand produced. So I want to go ahead and make this 2 pixel height because this will be the value we need for our factory. The value it is designed to process. Let's give it maybe a bit more space. And I don't know, do something like this. Copy this for just a second and put it, where do we want it? I think here's fine. Might want another belt. Also block this off right here. I also want to get rid of this. Kind of copy this from here and fit it here. Also block this spot off. And now we should have 2 pixels coming through. Yeah, 1 pixel each. And everything that is overflowing, it's getting soaked into the portals. So it's pretty much like what we had before. We just gonna have 2 pixels now instead of 1. Okay, coming back to here again. I don't want to look at this. Everything else is still looking fine. So I guess we can go ahead and start with part 3. This is gotta be something special. I thought a bit about this. I also did a lot of math. And I don't really want this to be a math class. So yeah, I'm kind of unsure how much I want to include math, but I'm trying to reduce it. For everyone who's really interested in maybe building their own factory, or yeah, kind of just to understand what was included into my thought process. I'm definitely gonna explain it in the end of this episode, or maybe in the next episode. Let's see how far we get in this one. And yeah, so for everyone who's really interested into math, you can watch the explanation in the end. But for this episode, like while playing, I am really trying to reduce it. Okay, so even though I have something in mind, it's still gonna be kind of hard. But yeah, let's see. Somewhat like in the middle, I want to combine all the stuff that's coming in here. And I thought like on the right side, we are doing like cinder and red sand. Because somewhere in the middle right here, I also want the void bloom mixer. So I would say having red sand and cinder, because yeah, cinder is getting turned into red sand again in the end. And we also produce cinder in this whole thing. I think it's best to have these two together and faced into the middle. And on the other side, because we have gold up here, it's easy to get the gold into maybe this spot up here. Like here, somewhere the gold. And yeah, the dry sand is down here anyways and getting looped like down. And on the left right here, we can have like the dry sand somewhere around here. So that's the idea. But a lot easier said than done. So I guess let's get started. I want a bit of a bigger storage for gold. So I'm gonna start with this. Also, we will need for our factory that we have right here with 2 pixels of sand input, we will have exactly 3 pixels of gold getting produced. Like there should be 1 gold from these, 1 gold from the presses, and 1 gold from the petal burning. So 3 pixels gold we are gonna have available, and we also want to get rid of. So we want a box somewhere. Yeah, okay, give this a bit more space maybe here. We can kind of transport it all the way to here somewhere. Yeah, okay, maybe give it a bit more space, because I want a somewhat big gold storage. Reason for this is because all of this is probability based. Like 2 pixels of sand are getting converted into 4 pixels of wet sand. But 4 pixels of wet sand, it's like 25% chance that there's 1 gold coming down. So sometimes it's a bit more and sometimes it's a bit less. It's just like the approximate value. And because this is just an approximate value, we want like as big of a storage as we can get to minimize the effect of the gold varying a bit. Well, I guess we are getting interrupted a bit right here, because I think the water is empty. Well, I wouldn't have thought that water is gonna be so much of an issue. So yeah, I kind of remember why I didn't make this to 2 pixel height. It was exactly because of the missing water. We will have a lot less ash produced. Like basically, I think we are gonna turn like 25% of the petals into ash. So it's basically 1/4 of what we have right here, right now. So well, back down again, make it again to 2 pixels. We can keep this though for later. And I would say just for now, I mean, for security reasons, we have these portals down here. So let's just use the portals. We have nearly 14,000 water in here. So let's just plug this in here and get more water to actually keep up with the sand or even the spores. Not even the spores can get watered. I mean, it's kind of enough because there's not that many spores, but yeah, the sand really is an issue. So yeah, hopefully we don't repeat the same thing we did in the last episode. But I would say this is fine. This should keep up. It will stay like this for a while still, because there's still 2 pixels of sand coming through. But once this is back to 1 pixel again, there should be a difference. Alright, we tried to build our gold storage, which is somewhere on the left side. Before that though, we might want to build the cinder storage and also the red sand storage, because this is gonna be the first step of the factory. Mixing cinder and red sand into lava. So we have the petals on the right side. We will need the petals eventually, so we are gonna... Yeah, this should be more than enough space to drop down these petals. So block this off for now, so we know we need this space later for petals. And here somewhere we are gonna launch like cinder up, like a lot of cinder. We can also now do this completely with belts. And the cinder is coming somewhere right here. We then want to drop the cinder down. Let's block only snow. We want the factory somewhere in the middle. We can do it somewhere like right here. Block this off. And here we want our shakers. I think this would be more than enough. Cinder is gonna fall down, getting shook. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess shaken might have been the right one here. Cinder's gonna fall down, going through the shaker, and gets converted into red sand. So block this off, and this then is gonna be our red sand storage. Temporarily mark it, we will have to adjust this, but we really somehow need to figure out how much space we need. So here somewhere is our cinder going to be. Could also, block snow, could also do this up to here then maybe. And yeah, these filters are here to help the cinder get into this whole thing. Block it off. This is somewhat our cinder storage. Down here is somewhat our red sand storage. The next problem is gonna be, we will have 3 gold. And for 3 gold we are producing, we will need 3 lava. And 3 lava will be produced out of 1.5 height of cinder and also 1.5 height of red sand. So how do we exactly get 1.5 pixel of red sand and 1.5 pixel of cinder in here? Well, luckily we have this system up here and we can use the same down here. For red sand, it's gonna be easy. But for the cinder though, we might have a bit of a problem because cinder is not just going over the shaker, it is getting converted into red sand. So we might need something like this, like have belts here and kind of block it off below. So it may fill up with the red sand, but once this is full, the cinder goes over it. So that's at least the idea. And I hope this works, because if it's not working, yeah, we might have to adjust some other values. So let's hope this is working. Actually, just for now, I think we could try it. So have something like this. Right, so the red sand already goes through. We can maybe fill it up. Okay, both should be filled up. Just copy this. Oh, actually, do not copy this. We are gonna put importers here. Okay, so this is working. At least for red sand it's working, which is very good. Now let's try the same with cinder. Where do we have cinder? Right here. And hopefully this is working as well. And I guess it's not. Well, okay, we have a problem now. Okay, get all of this stuff away. Well, so this leaves me no option at all, because we need exactly half a belt and I don't really know a method which I can do half a belt with, other than my new discovery I've had. I originally planned to maybe do a whole video about this, but I guess it's time to show it. I've been looking through Discord a bit and I've not seen anyone using this method before. So yeah, I don't know. I might be the first one using it, but I'm not 100% sure though. So basically what we are gonna do is use launchers. Yeah, maybe put them here. So this is just a quick showcase what we are gonna do or what we are gonna use. We get rid of the top ones and then, yeah, we have a lot of gold. We're gonna free a lot of gold. We could also use sand. Doesn't really matter. Let's do it with gold. We're eventually gonna do this with gold right here anyways. What we are gonna do is we are filling these filters up with gold. Maybe put some belts down here. Should work better. Yeah, this fills up these down here. And yeah, this is pretty much the mechanic. Let's build a bit of a storage down here, because we don't want gold. Yeah, actually, okay, yeah, this is closed off, so not a big deal. But yeah, what we are gonna do now is we are deleting this line. So now guess what's gonna happen? Is everything falling to the ground? Maybe, maybe not. So, as we can see, this stays here. This is a bit clunky because this is not full anymore. But now if we get rid of these, will it still keep up or not? And in fact it will. So this, although it may seem like it's a very fragile structure, it's actually solid. And to prove it, we can smash. Let's smash some gold onto this. Grab some of this maybe. Or soak it up down here. We can also, smash some sand into it. And yeah, right here you can see this is still solid. It's staying as it is. Also you can see somehow, I don't really know if this is intended, this seems a bit buggy to me. It's keeping like the acceleration somehow. Like, yeah, it smashes flat into the gold, but it's still going to the left somehow. So yeah, I think you can do some crazy stuff with this. One utility I'm gonna use here in a second But there's one more thing I want to show, which is get rid of this and down here. So normally, if you drop any amount of material like sand or even gold or anything else, you can see it's piling up. It also sorts itself out. Depending on the heavier or lighter material, like gold is heavier than sand, it will stay on the ground. Sand is lighter, yeah, it will get pushed up. Even though if it's like below, if we put like gold into here, it's still going to the ground. Also, like we can mix in some red sand, for example. Red sand is sorting out too. It stays between sand and gold. So this is how it's usually behaving. But if we use these launchers, get some gold in here, also a bit of sand maybe, a bit of red sand, a bit of everything. Get a nice mix, pull it all in. Can also do some in the middle here somewhere. Just put it in. Everything we can find. So, get rid of this. It stays like it is. Get rid of this. Here you can see it behaves in a total different way. Red sands, every material, yeah, literally every material stays where it is. So you can create like crazy structures. You can have free creativity. You can make pictures, insanely huge sand sculptures and all this stuff. So pretty crazy in my opinion. I don't know what you think about this. But one more thing. I mean, you can see you need at least one launcher at the bottom. It doesn't have to be like the same height. You can have it like here, get rid of this, but on the bottom this will fall down. So you can have like steps or some stuff, but on the bottom you still need launchers. Another thing I want to show. Let's give this a bit more space. Block it off, soak all of this stuff in for now. And what I want to show is we have gold in here. So normally if you drop gold to the ground, it's building a pile. Nothing really happens. So, but what is gonna happen if we destroy these? Let's have a look. It's like, I don't even know what to say. It's like going crazy. It's going left and right. It's split all over the place. Totally different behavior. Get rid of all this gold again and try it with this one. So maybe, yeah, okay, we did it exactly at the auto saving, but still you can see not every pixel, but a lot of them split like left and right. But enough of that for now. So let's get rid of this and actually get the utility I wanted to show, which we probably want to build somewhere around here. So we will need a second belt. This is gonna be the belt that is providing the 1 pixel height. Build like these systems somewhere around here. So this is what we used a few times. This is always gonna be 1 pixel going through. For the other belt, we want 0.5 pixels. So how do we do this? We want to do this in the other way, because this is gonna be in the way. This has to stay somewhat down here, because we will need some space, and the other belt where we have 0.5 pixels, we will have above because we have to cycle the rest up here. We will have the half belt up here. Okay, so I actually could have kept it because I need to limit this to 1 pixel height anyways. Whatever, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Now what we're gonna do is we are using our technique, which is putting a launcher about here. This should be enough space to see what's going on. Yeah, maybe have this, yeah, have it like this. We are gonna block this off for now. And I want to do this with gold. So let's do a small box of gold. Somewhere about there. And now we are gonna pick up the gold and basically just drop it into this. So right now it's not really filling up, so maybe use belts down here instead to make this be full of gold. Now build something down here to catch the gold, because we are getting rid of this. Also, we are getting rid of this, and we only want 1 pixel on the right sides to stay. So let's pick all this stuff up here like that, and this should pretty much be it. This is now solid, and what this is doing is we can demonstrate it, get rid of this, have some sort of belts down here, build another small box, and drop some gold onto here. So there's 1 pixel height of gold coming down here. And what this is doing, it's like also probability based, but it's 50% going here and also 50% going here. So let's make this a bit bigger and a bit better to see. Let's say like 2 tiles wide and yeah, a lot taller, somewhat like this. And also to avoid pixels getting stuck in here, we can just pick a bit more gold. We are gonna do something like this. Pull that gold up and build, yeah, pretty much build stairs like here, just with gold. We also wall this off because we really want to make sure everything is getting in the right spot. Remove these to get a better view. And I guess I'm gonna let this run for a while with gold, because I really want to make sure that this is half going left and half going right. Because if this is not working, there is literally no point to try to build this factory. We could still do it with portals, which we might have to do if this is not working as intended. But we are trying to avoid that. So I'm gonna let this run for a while. Alright, I would say this is proof enough. Get rid of this. I mean, we can also soak this up, or let it stay here for a second. Soak all of this gold up. And yeah, this should pretty much be... So is this the same height? On the right side there's a bit more, but yeah, this is like... It's pretty much 50% in the left one and 50% in the right one. The rest is like some probability issues. But yeah, that's the issue with probabilities. It's about 50-50, but it's not always 100% gonna be 50-50. So let's soak this up again. Get rid of this. All of this for now. Now we need a way to get like half of the amount, which is pretty much all the stuff that is coming down here. All of this has to go back into here. And I would say we are gonna achieve this by just launching this up somewhere around here and putting it back into the system. We can now block this off and can pretty much get rid of all of that because we don't need this anymore. But that's gonna be it for today's episode. I'm not gonna include the math just yet, because we didn't get much of the factory done. Also, maybe as a small inspiration, I used another save to show the new mechanic with some more materials. And if you're a bit more patient than me, you can actually make some beautiful pictures by putting in single pixels in the color you want. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day.